Tune in to www.oghuskyradio.com. Broadcasting live from the east side of Los Angeles, worldwide. Special guests every week, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
This is Reborns. I'm from HWC, DOC, and Punk's crew.
Give me, what does each one of those stand for, man?
HWC is Hitting with Class. Here We Come, How We Conquer. DOC is Defending Our Culture. Doing One Crime. Dripping Out Colors. Punk's crew, painting your neighborhood craziest spots.
How long you been involved with those crews, man? Like,
HWC, I started in 2010, so there's only a couple cats right now in that crew. DOC, I've been around since late 90s, maybe 97 or so. I've been from DOC. Okay. And Punk's crew, I've been probably like 5 years or so.
What area you represent, or you grew up in, or you know what I mean?
Downtown LA and South Central. That's my neighborhood.
Word up. What got you? Well, let's get into that first, man. Are you a writer, piecer, bomber? What are you, man?
Right now, at this stage of my life, I'm more about piecing, business mentality, in the sense where try to pay those bills.
No, definitely. But before you were active, would you say? Or?
Yes, I was.
And that's it, because obviously he's not covered up, you know what I mean? But, that was a very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
But what we do like to showcase here is the transition, you know what I mean? Like, what has the transition been for you?
Man, when I first started, man, I was a young kid, man. As a writer, like, the stages, in the sense where, I started just catching tags in the neighborhood, restrooms, like, any other kid. And then from there, it just developed into, bombing, into burners.
Who was the first person you saw up, or who introduced you to it? Either or, you know what I mean?
Oh man, I saw a lot of K4Ps.
Okay, that's in South Central,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. K4Ps, I saw it a lot. EKs, CWCs. I saw, man, it was a lot, man. OKSs were up in that time as well. Who else?
Were there any rules? And if so, who taught you those rules?
No, man. Man, it was like I learned through the process. There was nobody really schooling me. Yeah. I was just, meeting other cats and, trying to hang out and trying to see what's the game all about.
So what are the rules?
The rules, well, it's just trying to, for me, rules, I guess, is just, paint something dope. If you're going to go over somebody, make it look fresher, just don't bomb just to bomb, you know what I mean? And respect, I guess.
Rebornzartcom, Reborns with a Z, Rebornzart.com. Also Instagram at Rebornzart. What can we find on your website, man?
Well, you can see a lot of my illustrations on the actual website.
All right, see, now you're using fancy words and shit, dog. You know what I mean? What's an illustration?
Well,
did I even say that shit right, dog?
Yeah. Well, it's a sketch kind of thing / kind of like.
Oh, you could have said a sketch, dog.
Not a sketch, but you know what I mean. It's like you're designing something. Let's say if it could go on a T-shirt, it could go on on an actual print of any sort. So. That's what
illustration, like custom logo, stuff of that nature.
Yes,
How long have you done that, and where did that transition come from?
I guess it's been more than 10 years now that I've been doing that, and I went to school for it after all the graffiti and everything. I just said I got to do something with my life.
Was it graph, or was there drawing anywhere involved, like growing up too, though?
When I was strictly doing illegals, man, it was just pretty much just bombing, man, just letters and just going out there and just try to hit my name up. And a lot of old school cats probably know me as a different name. I used to write something else back in the day.
So you have to Google it and find out and shit, right?
Well, if you could still find some of it, yeah. Because yeah, man,
that's cool. Make them work, shit.
Much respect to Els from CBS. Actually, that's what I used to write, Elser. So that was my bombing name. And then like around in 2000, I could say 2001, the other Els came out, and then we met up, and we were cool, but you know, I
You
changed my name.
caught a fade and squared it all the way and shit.
Nah, man, we're good friends, man. I got much respect for him.
So for those that don't know, illustration, custom artwork, and we're talking anything for clothing companies, corporations, anything of that.
Yeah, well, in this point of my life, I do a lot of corporate companies like branding and stuff like that.
Did you ever, when you're out there doing what you know, doing the illegals, did you ever think you would go legit or find, you know, that niche?
No, not really, man.
How did it come about then, or what happened?
My boy File from DOC, he was my bombing partner. He had a degree in graphic design, and I was like, what's graphic design? You know, what's all this, you know? So essentially, you know, when I switched my life up at the age of, I guess, 22 or something like that, I decided to go to school for that. You know, I didn't know what I was doing, but you know, it paid off.
From the 90s to now, what has changed in graph?
Oh man!
And with that, what has changed with you with your activity in graph?
I could always say internet.
Yeah.
Internet has changed the graffiti game a lot.
Is it good or bad? Has it changed in a good or bad way?
It has its good and it has its bad.
How about for you then?
For me, it's good because I could actually, you know, market myself as an artist, as a graphic designer, as an illustrator, you know, and get actual jobs and clients, you know.
What's some of the stuff you've done? I mean, just offhand.
I've done jobs for, they're connected with the Hundreds, but it's a different brand. And then I've done what's it called for other companies that are like not involved in graffiti at all.
So is there anything you won't do, or you turn away, or anything like that?
Man, I still paint. You know what I mean? Actually, I just came from Vegas, and we're rocking Vegas for a minute. You know. So yeah.
Rebornzart.com. Once again, Reborns, REBORNZART.com. Instagram at Rebornzart.com. I just think it's dope that like you've done the illegal, but then if you know what I mean, if there's an outlet to do the art, you still have that available. You know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why we feature artists like you. Don't get it twisted though. We still want them active motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you, man. I feel you. I got respect for those that are still putting work out there. You know, much respect for my crew, Punks. You know, they're doing their thing too as well. DOCs, they're pretty active in Vegas. Much respect for them as well.
I want to thank you for coming through. Once again, Rebornzart.com. Any shout outs before we cut out, man?
Yeah, man, just to all the DOCs up in Vegas, Radio Fibo. You guys want to check out hashtag defending our culture, and then all my homies from Punk and HWC.
There it is. OGSQ Radio. Stay posted. More interviews to come.